Hello, friends of GoldMind Consultants. How excited am I to be with you this evening? Today, I just want to share with you some of the tools and secrets that I utilize in order to have an agenda for the day, the month, and the year. So behind me, you'll see my vision board. This side of the vision board is actually my husband's, and that one is mine. And what we do is every time we get an idea and we want to set a goal, we hurry up and write it down. Because a lot of times when we keep what our agenda in our head, it becomes a wish, and sometimes we don't really stick to it. But when you have the idea and you write it down, then it becomes a goal, and then you begin to write the step that it's going to take to reach that goal. So that's one of the things that I visit this board daily to see where I am and what it is that I say that I would do. Another thing that I find most important is reading, making sure that I'm constantly adding information so that I can be more valuable and add more to not only my life, but add to the lives of others, because I'm an inner core trainer. So it's important that I constantly train myself so I can be a better resource to the people that I'm working with. So one of the books that I utilize, and this is the most important book in my collection, is the Holy Bible. A lot of people say that the Bible means basic instructions before leaving earth. So I use this is the manual for which I live. The creator has created this manual, so if I follow these instructions, guess what? I can't go wrong. So these are the principles that govern the life that I live, and this has assisted me with getting where I am today. This word, how powerful. The second thing that I use that is super important is my journal. Now, in this journal right here, this keeps me grounded. It also keeps me basically accountable for what I said that I would do. So I started writing in this journal in October 2011, and I call this journal Walking in the Spirit. And this is the time that I not only say what I would do, but then I go back at night and see that if I said that if something that I said that I would do, I did it, and if I didn't do it, I write what may have gone wrong that day that caused me not to do it, so that I can make sure I hold myself accountable to that thing. So this is a journal is my accountability log. So I encourage you to get a journal, write in it. So as the year go on, you'll go back and read and say, wow, I really accomplished a lot. Because sometimes we forget how much we actually accomplish in a lifetime. So this here will absolutely assist you with understanding where you are in the road that you took. Now, this book here is also great, How to Prosper in Hard Times. Many of us are facing hard times. So you can see this book was written in like 1934 by different philosophers. So they just took different inserts from different self-made millionaires and motivational speakers, and it's just like a powerful, like this is the blueprint for abundance for the greatest motivational teachers of all times. And I've learned so much just by reading this. The one thing you'll learn is principles don't change. I don't care if it's 100 years that this thing was written or 2 days ago, a principle still stands. A principle is a law that governs life. So if you have the opportunity, pick up this book. They also have it in audio at the library, so you don't have to pay for it. And a lot of information is free at your disposal as long as you continue to search for it. The resources you need are right there at your disposal. Another book that is good is The Rise of the Creative Class. I actually started reading this book when I was studying for my master's. And the Creative Class, this book speaks about national creativity and how people are not really gravitate into the United States anymore. In fact, people are going all over the world to show off their talents, their gifts, and their creativity. So if you have the opportunity to read this, you'll see what's really going on in the creative world and how valuable a creative mind really is. Another book that I love for all of you who are seeking to lead and are in leadership positions. You may not be a manager or a supervisor, but you can still be a leader. People may view you as a leader. This will help you measure where you are in your leadership abilities and capabilities and your character. And you can use this. There's a lot of worksheets that you can fill out so you can measure where you are and where you want to go. So this book, written by John C. Maxwell, is absolutely amazing. This book here, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, if you want to see where you are and your effectiveness, this book will take you through the process so that you can identify not only your own habits, but the habits that will absolutely make you effective. So that's some of my books that I read. I have a ton of books. I love to read. I love information, constantly seeking to grow myself, grow my business, and add value to the clients and the participants that I work with. So the more I know, the more I grow, and the more that the people around me can grow. So again, I said to you, I came to you, I'm excited, I'm optimistic, I'm ready, I feel creative, I feel bold, I have so many ideas. So this evening, I just want to explain to you the strangest secret as told by Earl Nightingale. And also just give you just one pointer from the Bible. The Bible tells you to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So in order for a real transformation to take place and change to take place, what do you have to do? You have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. As you begin to input the good things, the bad things are going to come out. As you begin to get rid of the negative by inserting the positive, you're going to see the results. So all change starts from within. Earl Nightingale tells us that man is unsuccessful because he has not discovered the power of their mind. The most important things in life are free. I'm talking the freedom to think, the freedom to love, the freedom to create. Our bodies are free. Joy and peace are free. But we put more value on material things that can easily be replaced or taken away, right? We put more value on things than we do on our own body, on our mind, on our creativity. We don't understand how valuable that thing is. So what we do is we seek to imitate people because we put more value on other people than we do ourselves. But if we recognize how unique and how special we are as individuals, and we really embrace our individuality and our uniqueness, you have something to offer to the world that nobody in the world can offer. But you have to tap into it. What makes me different? What is my purpose? What am I here for? Now, each and every one of us have a desire within. Ever since we were younger, we all desired to do something. And that desire is still within us. We're like, I always wanted to play the piano. I always wanted to draw. I always wanted to be a teacher. I always wanted to be a lawyer. I always wanted to open up my own business. That desire is there for a reason. It's what makes you you. But when you're doing something outside your desires and you're doing something that someone else is doing, guess what? You're a carbon copy of that person. You are not the original. So you have to find out what makes you original. Do something that makes someone want to imitate you. And then you can go tell that person how unique they are so they can do something to make somebody want to imitate them. So the way Earl Nightingale explained it, he talked about us understanding the farmer. So if you study the farmer goes out into the field. The field and the ground has no idea what the farmer's going to plant, nor does the field or the ground care what the farmer's going to plant. Whatever the farmer plants, that's what the ground would yield. Nature has a way of watering it for the farmer. The farmer doesn't sit out there every 5 minutes to watch. Is it growing? Is it growing? It's growing. Like you're giving a kid a seed for a plant and they're planting their first flower and they're watching it all day. Farmers don't do that because they understand nature. So if we understand nature and we compare it to what we plant in our brain, we'll know our mind. We'll know that everything that we plant in our mind eventually will grow. Eventually it's going to yield what we have planted in it. So that's where it comes from. If you reap what you sow. How often do you hear that? So what you sow into your mind, it's going to reap that thing. So if you reap anger and hostility and you feel that you're not good enough and your self-esteem is low and you hate everybody and jealousy and things of that nature, your brain doesn't care what you put in it. It's only going to reap what you put into it. Because it can't decipher between what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. Only thing it can do is yield what you put into it. So if you understand the farmer and how they plant, you'll begin to understand what you put into your brain and how that thing works. So we have to understand that. So I'm saying all of this to say that we must be cognizant of what we are allowing to dominate our thought process. Negative thoughts will yield negative results, but positive, goal-oriented, peaceful, tranquility, joy, laughter, creativity, you will yield what you are hoping for. So, as Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. So, hopefully, I left you with something that'll be beneficial for you. Don't forget the vision board. Don't forget the journal. Don't forget the word, but don't forget to believe that all things are possible. But you have to have faith. All right. So we would like to thank you from GoldMind Consultants. Hopefully, I was able to plant a seed. If you like this, please leave us a message. We love your critique. We love your word. We also have a YouTube page. So please go on and like us on YouTube. Subscribe to our page and visit us on GoldMind Consultants on our Facebook page. And I look forward to hearing from you. Have a blessed evening.